Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, and today's video is going to be another first impressions video. So the product which I'm going to be trying out for the first time here on camera is right here. This is the Makeup Revolution Reloaded palette and it's in the shade Iconic Fever. So basically this comes with okay, let me not blind you guys, but yeah, this comes with 15 eyeshadows and the pan size is really big. Like you can see, this palette is like the size of my face and it comes with like really big pans. And why is this slipping off? Oh, yeah, it was kind of slipping off my hands, but you can see the pan size is like really big, and I appreciate how much of eyeshadow you get in every single pan, and you will probably like never ever run out of like any shade. Even if you hit pan on a particular shade, I think it's gonna be like an achievement. But yeah, today we're gonna be trying out this eyeshadow palette and see what, like, how good it is and what the formulation is like. Is it extremely pigmented, is it powdery, is it blendable, all of those good things. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing a very simple look, and I do have the look in mind as to what exactly I want to do. So I'm basically going to be using these three shades. So this shade I'll kind of use to like cancel out all of the imperfections and like just even out my lids. Basically I don't have like a ton of veining or like extreme pigmentation, but I like to use like a nice creamy beige sort of a color, which like basically to just cancel out everything and just even out the skin. Then this is something I'll use like all over my lid, in my crease, just everywhere, as a nice transition shade, but then also like a very nice like neutral color. And then this I'll focus in my crease to give some like dimension. So yeah, that's the look which I have in mind. So yeah, let's get started. So I'm going to be using my ProArt PE22 brush. It's basically a fluffy blending brush, and this is like the only brush which I use every single day to do everything. If it's like a shimmery lid shade, then I use my fingers, but for my transition shade and to just for all the other things, I use this brush. So I'm going to be using the exact same brush because no partiality. So yeah, we start with this shade first and apply this like all over the entire like lid space, from the brow bone to the lash line. So yeah, okay, it's definitely powdery, and let's see if it's pigmented. So I'm gonna start by applying it above the crease everywhere. And I do feel like it's pigmented, but since this color is like very similar to my actual skin tone, I can't tell how pigmented it is. But yeah, I did not expect them to be powdery, like that powdery, but they're actually quite powdery. Not like too powdery, not like Subculture by Anastasia Beverly Hills, but they are definitely kind of powdery. Like I don't know how well you'll be able to tell. I think you can't tell, but there is some loose powder sitting like on the pan after I dip my brush. Now we'll move on to this next shade, this one right here, and again just apply it all over the lid, in the crease, and like everywhere. Now these two shades are actually very similar to each other, so again you won't be able to tell like much of a difference, but hopefully we can tell like something. Okay, yeah, I can definitely tell that this is a little bit deeper. So yeah, these shades are pigmented, which I really like, and appreciate that they are. Also, I think I don't know mention, but this palette is like really affordable. It's like I got this at 725 from Beautiful in Lokhandwala, but it's priced at rupees 850, which again I think is not super duper expensive, especially for 15 beautiful colors. Like these shades are beautiful, they're warm, they're red, and they're just amazing. And honestly, I feel like I want to just leave this right here. I don't want to go in with the deeper shade. So actually, you know what we can do is that I can try using this like in the lower lash line area, like under my eyes. I kind of forgot what it's actually called. Yeah, but as like a lower lash line color. Again, I don't know what the exact word is, but I think I'll use this last shade like under my lashes. So yeah, this brush is definitely way too big. And I should have definitely used like a more precise brush, but I actually don't own like a precise brush. And I feel like the colors are not picking very well on camera because they're all such neutral shades. But yeah, we have a lot of color in the lower lash line, and I should definitely have not taken such a fluffy brush, but I don't own something which is more precise, so we have to work with what we have. And I'm gonna be doing both of my eyes and be right back. Okay guys, so I'm back. I did both of my eyes, I did my eyeliner as well, so my eye makeup is like pretty much done. I'm not going to be wearing mascara, firstly because I don't have any mascara in my collection. I finished up the one that I had, and when I do eyeliner I don't generally do mascara anyways, but yeah, that's besides the point. That is not related to this first impressions video at all. Now, a few things which I wanted to mention before I like sign off and see you guys back in the evening. First of all, I know that I did not use the most appropriate shades because the shades are honestly not that visible on camera. You can see my lower lash line shade, the deepest brown, this one right here, but this shade of course is like something which I used particularly because it is very similar to my skin tone and it will blend into my skin tone really well. But like this shade I know is something which is not showing up that well. Like no matter how hard I try, it's not gonna show up on camera because first of all I don't have the best like 4K quality or like HD either. So yeah, I know the colors are not showing up, so in that particular aspect you need to trust my opinion. And let me tell you that the shades are pretty pigmented and they do look really well. Like these three shades honestly I could wear like every single day for an everyday basis to college. Now I know you guys might have been like, you should have used a little bit more of like the deeper shades because you have like 15 options here, you have so many options available. But I'm actually going to college and I can't wear these red tones to college every single day. These are shades which I'll probably use for like a festive look, or like if I'm going for a wedding or like some sort of a party, some sort of a special occasion. That is when I'll use these shades. So if I'm going to college, I can't wear such red tones and go to college. I'm not that bold when it comes to my makeup, especially my eye makeup. Like my lipstick I can wear bold shades, but eye makeup I cannot wear such bold shades at all. So that's the reason why I went for the most neutral, subtle, everyday kind of eyeshadows. Secondly, I mentioned already that these eyeshadows are powdery, but they are very very pigmented, and since they're powdery I expected that they'll have kind of like at least a little bit of fallout, but they did not have any fallout at all. Now the reason why I did not do any of my other face makeup or like any other makeup, I just like the first thing which I did is my eye makeup today. It's because I wanted to see if they do have fallout or not, and they don't have any fallout at all, even though they are powdery and you can see the powder kickback in the pan. But on the face or on the eyes you cannot see any of that. It blends extremely well. So as of now I'm really excited and happy about how well this eyeshadow palette is performing. But I will come back in the evening and give you guys my final thoughts and let you know what I think about it. So yeah, I'll sum up the video in the evening, but yeah, I'll see you guys in the evening. Bye. Hey guys, so I'm back after 2 days and I'm really sorry for not being able to film the update on that particular day. So I came back like very late, around maybe 10:30 or 11 on the day where I filmed the you know, like first impressions of the eyeshadow palette by Makeup Revolution, and I was honestly so tired that I absolutely could not like film that video at all. But yeah, and then yesterday I had a lot of errands to run, which was why again I could not film like this portion of the video. But I definitely wanted to come here and tell you guys like my final thoughts and conclude the video. So what my final thoughts on the eyeshadow palette are that I do really like it. Now I will say that if you go for the more lighter shades, there are chances that it can tend to like, I would say kind of like wear off and disappear, so they're not the most long wearing eyeshadows ever. So if I compare like the Wet n Wild eyeshadow palette in the shade Rosé in the Air, which is the Makeup Revolution palette that I have, I will say that the Wet n Wild eyeshadows are a lot more long lasting, and when you come back in the evening you still see the pigmentation on your eyes, even though it kind of like creases and all that stuff. And I feel like the exact same thing happens with the Makeup Revolution palette as well. It does tend to crease, and the lighter shades can kind of like tend to disappear, and you can't like very clearly and distinctly tell that you have eyeshadow on. So they are not the most like long wearing eyeshadows, but I still think that they're great for the affordable price that it comes at. You get 15 shadows for 850 and you get a ton of product, which I feel like is a very good deal. And I will have to try out the more pigmented and like intense colors, and only then can I share like a final thoughts. Like I can share my final thoughts on what I think about the Makeup Revolution eyeshadows in general, but as of now I will give it a thumbs up, and I will keep you guys updated and share with you what else I have to share. And like I'll definitely share my final thoughts very soon, so definitely stay tuned for that. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and also hit the notification bell button which is next to subscribe button, because that will get a notification every single time I post a new video. And I'll also leave the link to this the eyeshadow palette in the description box, just in case you're interested in purchasing it or checking it out. You can definitely do so by clicking on the link, and I'll also leave my social media handles in the description box. I have an Instagram and a Snapchat, so you can also follow me there. And yes, that was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Until next time, bye.